Hi, and welcome to Changing My Nails. I'm Lori, and I'm going to do my right hand today in OPI's How Great Is Your Dane? And She Talks with Her Hands. You can see my nails are still short, but they are starting to grow. So I will be removing the Do You Have This Color in Stockholm gradient colors using my nail drill. Since you've seen this a few times now, I am going to explain my dipping routine while you watch this. So I'm not doing the same thing every single time. I'm going to mix it up a little bit where I do a new routine every couple weeks. So last week I did a testing of a kit, which happened to be a kit that Marla Chris, who also does nails, tested. That was a complete coincidence, by the way. Then I'm going to just pick some dips randomly, which is kind of what I'm doing here with these two. Then some weeks I'm going to do gel nail polish, which I think I did on the second week of this series. Then I create some of my own dips using pigments. And then some weeks I do nail art, which is what I did with my left hand this last time. So to be kind of consistent with not introducing something new until I've tested it, kind of, sort of, I went back to OPI and picked two colors that looked good together, which is a black and a gray. I promise I will get away from OPI, it's just I haven't tested too many kits yet, so once I do, I'll start changing things up a bit more. Now that I have all the color dip removed, I'm going over them to fine tune the base clear that I have on my nails. Can't forget the rubbing alcohol to clean up that fine dust and to dry those nails out. Now that I've been managing my cuticles for a few weeks, I'm going to use Sally Hansen's Instant Cuticle Remover and then my blunt cuticle pusher to remove and push any of the excess cuticles. And of course, I cleaned that all up with some rubbing alcohol to dry those nail beds again. And the final step of prep before dipping is the Bond Aid. I like to let everything dry really well, so I let this sit for 5 minutes. I just have found that this has improved my durability of the dips. And again, since I'm using OPI and I have OPI base, I am going to use that again. So here I'm going to use How Great Is Your Dane? That's the more black one. And then the grayer one is She Talks with Her Hands. She Talks with Her Hands is going to be put on my ring finger and my middle finger as my accent nails. So here I will be doing my typical routine of dipping, cleaning each nail. Once I'm done with all 5 nails, I brush them all off, and then I repeat. And again, to save time, I'm only going to show you my pinky and my thumb, but it's the same process for every finger. And of course, I got base and dip on my fingers, thanks to still having shorter nails and my skill level is not quite there yet. So I'm gonna carefully use my 100 by 100 grit hand file to gently file off base and dip from my fingers so that the activator doesn't make that process even more difficult. And it's time for the activator again, now that my mess has been cleaned up. And I like to use 2 coats and let it sit for a minimum of 5 minutes. I sometimes even let this sit for 10 minutes. And then I realized I messed up. I have no idea how I did this or why I did this, but I completely forgot to do the clear coat. And since I already activated my nails, this is going to be tricky. So I am trying to move quickly here, and I hopefully am wiping off my brush in between each coat of the base. This is how you ruin your bottles of base coat. By getting any of that activator on that brush and then putting that brush into that bottle of base, it solidifies that base and you're never going to undo it. You usually can tell that you've messed this up as soon as the brush starts to clump, And then you can use brush saver to try to save the brush. But I have found that that's like a 50-50 shot at best. Okay, so I'm back on course and it's time to reactivate the clear dip. So back to the OPI activator. And waiting at least 5 minutes again for this to finish activating. Time for the final cleanup and shaping of the nails. So I'm using my nail drill with the larger ball bit, which is also a fine grip bit. And I'm cleaning up that cuticle area and the sides of my skin and the nail. I want a little bit of definition here between my fingers and my nails, but I'm also being very careful. The last thing I want to do is damage my nails. And then when I'm done with the large ball bit, I switch over to a smaller ball bit and further define that edge. This is probably one of the most challenging parts for me is that shaping of the nail. I have weird nails and weird shapes, so I'm trying to kind of do a ballerina shape. So I use the hand file and I'm trying to shape those edges and clean that up a little bit into a shape that is going to be somewhat durable for me. And once I'm as happy as I can be with the hand file, I move to the barrel bit and clean up and shape my nail beds. And even though I did mess up earlier, I'm still going to activate after the filing and shaping of my nails. And again, I'm going to wait 5+ minutes for this to cure before I put on the final top coats. And as I've mentioned before, I don't like the OPI top coat because it is a dip top coat and it doesn't cure in the UV light. But this Azure top coat is gel, so I can use my UV light. And since it's a small bottle, I'm more or less going to try to just use it up. Once the top coat is all cured in the UV light, I use this cuticle oil that I cannot pronounce and got from Amazon to kind of rejuvenate my fingers and my cuticles. And again, I'll be inserting a picture with the final results. And if you have something that you want to see, please leave a comment below. And thank you so very much for watching. Stay with me for just a bit more to check out my review of the OPI dips. And I hope I have inspired you to give dips a try, because if I can do this, so can you. And if you like this, please subscribe, like, share, and comment. Until the next video, I hope you have an awesome day.